Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria. We are here talking about the total lunar eclipse, which is a full moon in the sign of Virgo, happening on the 13th or 14th of March 2025, depending on where you are in the world. If you are on the Pacific coast of North America, Pacific time zone, this is going to happen for you at 11:54 p.m. at the height on the 13th, and everywhere else it's going to be on the 14th. Okay. So the majority of people are going to see this on the 14th. But it is a total lunar eclipse. So it is a big deal. And what do eclipses bring? Well, first, we've got the energy of a full moon. So full moons can be the end of a cycle. It can be a karmic cycle. It can just be a cycle in your life. Full moons can, have us reaping what we've sown, so we can get rewards. We can get things that manifest in our lives. We can get new insights to things at a full moon because it does tend to be a little bit more spiritual. Emotions are heightened, and sometimes this can bring some heightened awareness for us as well. And we are in Pisces season also. Yes, the full moon is in Virgo, but we are in Pisces season up to the 20th of March. So this can certainly be where we do have those heightened insights. We get some spiritual awakenings going on. Pay attention to your dreams because you could have some very interesting ones at this time. But full moons are really good for healing as well, and of course, letting things go. Virgo energy, right? The full moon, we've got the influence of Virgo. And Virgo is a very down-to-earth energy. The ruler is Mercury, who is going retrograde. So we do have that going on as well. We've got two retrogrades, okay, happening at the same time as this full moon. But we do have the Virgo energy, which rules the 6th house. Your 6th house is all about your health, happiness, well-being on all levels. Okay, your spiritual, mental, physical, emotional. Virgo is very connected with your gut health. So some of you may be really kind of assessing your eating habits. Maybe there's no other goal other than, eating healthier, right? Maybe you've been eating too many processed foods, too much fast food, instant food that we get from the grocery store. And, maybe you're going to look at eating more whole foods, more vegetables, or more home cooked foods, right? And you'll probably see a really big difference in your energy level, in your digestive system, things like that, right? So it can be really helpful. And of course, one of the side effects is maybe you've got more energy and, maybe you would lose a little bit of weight, but the main goal might be just to eat healthier a little bit, whole foods kind of thing. So that can come up with Virgo energy. Some of you may be looking to ditch some sedentary lifestyle. You want to get a little bit more fit. So you might start an exercise regime. Maybe you start a spiritual practice or get back into practicing, your spiritual self there. Do some more meditation, whatever that looks like to you. Some of you, of course, the 6th house is being of service to others, helping people out a little bit. And it is associated with pets as well. So some of you are going to get a pet. Perhaps if you've had one that's crossed the rainbow bridge, your heart is opening up for a new one. Or perhaps, unfortunately, some of you might, need to let one of your little fur babies go, unfortunately. But there is a healing element that comes here as well. And maybe it's because it's, time, right? Sometimes that's just the way you have to make those difficult decisions. But if you are in a position where maybe you're not quite ready to have a pet, maybe you give back to your community in some way. Maybe you volunteer as a dog walker at your local animal shelter or something. And this can help out pets in need, right? Even if you can't have one yourself. So the 6th house can certainly bring this big healing element. Some of you could be, have a job change in line for you, in store for you, if you're not happy where you are, you're not getting paid what you're worth. Venus retrograde has us thinking about that, thinking about your worth, your value, how you make your money, what resources are available to you, how you create a better circumstance for yourself. So Venus retrograde can be very helpful in that because we are in this reflecting mode, right? That's one of the important things to remember about this lunar eclipse. It is about reflection. Two retrogrades get a bad rap, and sometimes rightfully so, but we need to remember the words when it comes to retrogrades. They slow us down a little bit. They have us taking a step back. We reassess, reevaluate, regroup, refocus, renew, and sometimes even revive. We can get something that comes back around again for us, or maybe someone, if that's in the cards for you. It can be fated events. It can be unexpected surprises, especially where eclipses are involved. Okay. And those retrogrades on top of that. So it's like layers on layers of, I don't know what's happening, but something is shifting for me. So just keep your eyes open for that. But with the 6th house, Virgo energy, really focusing on your daily patterns, habits, routines. Where do you work? Do you drive long distances? Do you want to work from home? Are you leaving a career behind because maybe you've hit the proverbial glass ceiling, or it just doesn't do it for you anymore? It doesn't give you any kind of satisfaction anymore. You might be considering a job change there for yourself as well. So you might be starting to put the feelers out, okay, with that. One of the things that can happen with eclipses is we do tend to feel ungrounded and a little bit carried away. So like I said, I can't really express this enough. Let's take a step back. Okay, reflect, refocus, reassess something, evaluate something, ask some questions, okay? Because retrograde energies on top of eclipses can have us being really impulsive. Emotions can run high, conversations get out of control, opportunity, if we want to call it that, for miscommunication is very rampant at this time as well, especially once Mercury goes retrograde also in Aries on the 14th, same day as the eclipse. Okay, so it's like, big shocking, could be a shocking announcement, whether it's something close to home for you, or it could be something out in the world, right? Can come out there as well. So it's going to be important to keep your wits about you, connect with your heart, think before you speak, sleep on something instead of being impulsive, and of course, really connect with your heart, connect with your spirit, connect with your spiritual practice, do a little soul searching. Virgo is very connected with soul searching, okay? Because eclipses are a wild card, right? Wild card energy, shocks, surprises, fated events, and all of that. And so sometimes we just can't see something coming. And there is a huge energy of endings with this eclipse. Okay, not just because it's a full moon, which can bring endings anyway, but also this is happening at 23 degrees and 57 minutes. And when we have an eclipse there, we round up to 24 degrees. And if you follow degree astrology at all, 24th degree is Pisces degree, which is the last sign of the zodiac. And so this can bring some powerful endings before we head into our brand new astrological new year. So whether it's, again, that it can be really supportive if you're trying to break a habit, right? We'll say that right now. Or if you're trying to leave something behind, that some baggage that you've been carrying with you, or maybe some relationships, friendships, romantic relationships that you've been trying to shake for a while, or you just know haven't been healthy for you, right? This can be where we just make that final decision. We're like, I've been thinking about this for a long time. I can't do this anymore. But whatever your situation is, just remember that there can be some very heightened emotions at this eclipse, at this full moon, okay? One word to note, Saturn is tightly conjunct the sun at this lunation, and the sun, of course, is in opposition to the moon when we've got a full moon, and so this can be a big reality check. Saturn, of course, is the planet that likes us to set goals, get down to reality, likes to teach us life lessons, of course, and can really say, because Saturn is a heavy energy, and it can really say, hey, time to make a plan. Stop it with this wishy-washy Pisces energy, right? Get a plan in place. You want to have a dream? What are you dreaming about? Your imagination is a wonderful thing, but we don't want to live in fantasy. We want to come into reality. So how can you turn your dreams into reality? What's stopping you? What is opposing you, right? The sun wants to go forward, and the moon, right, in Virgo, South Node energy is holding you back. So where is your breakthrough? Because one is at hand, okay? And Saturn is actually helping you to do that by putting something down on paper. What are you dreaming of? Put it on paper. What is your first step? you don't always need to look past the first step, because the first step is helping us to get our toe out of our comfort zone. And then it's like, oh, nothing bad happened. Okay, I'll take another step. And I'll take another step, and I'll take another step, and eventually we snowball. So this can really be a very helpful energy for you to get your dreams into reality. But we do have to put some goals down, or we do have to, put a little bit of a framework together to give us a sense of direction. Okay, it can always be changed, can always be adjusted. Okay, but we've got to start somewhere. And if we don't take that first step, we'll forever be right where we are. And that's not always fulfilling on whatever level for us. We're meant to go forward. We're not meant to stay in a comfort zone. Humanity did not evolve by staying in a comfort zone. Okay, so it's time to just do a little bit of something there. Even if it's something that you always wanted to try, some wild, audacious dream that you always wanted to do. I always wanted to go ziplining, or I always wanted to do bungee jumping, or I always wanted to travel, to wherever. What's stopping you, right? Time to put that dream into motion. Will it all come to fruition tomorrow? Probably not. Okay, but you can at least get started. All right. Big reminder there for that moon. Okay. So where will we see this eclipse? Well, it depends. It actually has a huge path of potential visibility. Of course, depends on your weather. Let's see. It's and don't forget, the path of totality for an eclipse does tend to be where we get news. Okay, it can be some interesting news. It can be some surprising news, some shocking news. It can be something, joyous, right? We just never know. But the path of totality, we've got all of North America, the western half of South America, partially visible in the UK, parts of Europe, parts of Africa, and Australia. So we do have a lot of people that can potentially really see this eclipse. It is also called a blood moon eclipse, so it could be really interesting to watch. Anyway, that is the energy update that I have for you guys for your eclipses. And so we're going to get into your sign and pull some cards for you. Again, timestamp down below. If you're watching the long video, all of the signs are on this one video. If you're just watching your single video, because I'm breaking them up a little bit, just helps people find them a little bit easier, then I'll put the links to the other videos down below as well, so you can just click around. And again, make sure you watch your sun, moon, and rising, your big three, but also watch your Venus sign, because Venus is, of course, playing a key role in this eclipse as well. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Good luck in this eclipse energy, and let's get started. Hello there, Virgo, and welcome to your lunar eclipse reading. Of course, this is all about you here, Virgo. A full moon in your house is, your first house, which is where this is really about stepping away from what is familiar and comfortable and taking a little bit of a chance. What are your goals? What are your dreams? Where do you want to start something new? What do you need to clear out? What is standing in your way from following your goals and your dreams? Is it people? Is it fear? Is it anxiety? Is it the need for perfection? Sometimes, a little bit of messy energy isn't a bad thing. All right. We can work on the finer details. Okay. Things don't always need to be perfect for us to do what we want or live the life that we really want. So the first house can certainly also have to do with your identity. Maybe some of you have been going through an identity crisis, and at this time, maybe you're figuring out who you are, or why you're here, or what you're meant to do, or what feeds your soul. This can certainly be about your attitude, your approach from life, your approach to life, I should say, your appearance. Okay, all of these things could be changing right now. I would say, just word to the wise, okay? I would say, because it's an eclipse, okay, and it can be very impulsive energy, a little wild and crazy energy. We don't want to do anything that we'll regret, okay? And we also have retrogrades, which are impulsive sometimes, especially the ones that we've got going on. But it's a reminder to take a step back and sleep on something. Okay, so before you make any drastic changes to your appearance, sleep on it. And if you still feel that same way the next morning, great. It's probably the right idea for you. Okay. But this is the time when people tend to like dye their hair blue or, throw out all of their clothing and say, I'm going to go get a brand new wardrobe, and then go, oh my goodness, why did I spend all that money? So just things like that, that are seemingly small, but can be like, oh, I want to put my head under a pillowcase for the next little while. So just be aware of that, right? You could be a little bit impulsive. Okay. The first house is ruled by Mars, all right, Aries energy, which is taking action. Hey, which is great. We want to take action on the things that, we want. But we do want to make sure that what we're taking action is something that we do really want, because remember, eclipses can have a lasting effect and sometimes a permanent effect. Okay, so you get a tattoo somewhere where you regret a week down the road or something. Oh man, why did I do that? So just be a little bit aware that there could be some impulsive things going on there. Okay. But this can be a breaking away energy for you guys. I'm sorry to say, for some of you. Okay. Because the sun is the sun is opposite the moon. Okay. And the sun is in your 7th house of relationships and partnerships. Okay, so this can be a perfect time for you to take some action to restore balance and harmony in a relationship, okay? But it can certainly be a huge energy of walking away, all right? Some of you may be leveling up in your relationships, right? Getting married, getting engaged. There could be a little bit of a very happy surprise in here for some of you. You could be on the path to meeting someone new. You're clearing out old baggage, old energies, and you're clearing blocks, and you're ready for someone new. But yes, there can be this energy of breakups, and at eclipses, breakups sometimes are very sudden and not so much unexpected, okay? Because somewhere we knew something was going to happen. You might be the one that does it. Another person might be the one that does it. All right. So just get ready to, if you feel like your relationship is on the rocks a little bit, this can be where those final decisions are made. All right. So ground yourself, find a quiet space. Okay. It's clearing the path for something better to come in down the line. All right. Your moon card, we've got new moon energy with beginnings. Look at this. We've got all of this stuff that is, cold. It's done. We're leaving it behind, and all this warmth and this beauty and this vibrant energy through that portal, through that door. So there is certainly something opening up for you here, a new cycle, a new portal, new beginnings in many different ways, right? A new you, a new tomorrow, stepping into your personal power, creating your change, getting out of your comfort zone, right? Remember, in our comfort zone, there's nothing exciting. There's nothing vibrant, right? We are meant to keep moving forward, or we're meant to, get out of our comfort zone. That's where things happen. Sometimes getting out of our comfort zone, we do feel a little bit afraid. We feel a little hesitant, okay? But that's normal. Butterflies in your stomach aren't a bad thing, right? But, we do sometimes kind of get stuck in our ways a little. Okay, so this is a breakthrough moment for you. This is a time to step through that doorway, step through that portal. What does that look like to you? It can be something small yet fulfilling. It can be something massive and life-changing. All right, but whatever it is, that door is open. There's no blocks or obstacles there. And we're being very encouraged to walk through it. Now, sun cards, I've got 2 that came out here for you. So we'll do the first one. And we have your year progression. Lovely. Now, some of you here are going to be a little reflective in this full moon. How far have I come over the past year, or over the past 6 months at least? Okay, you've come a lot farther than what you think. All right, so give yourself a little pat on the back, give yourself some credit. Progression can also represent that something is blossoming for you here. We've got some beautiful, wonderful things around this. Can be spiritual growth, personal growth, whatever it happens to be for you. This is certainly some bright and shiny energy. All right. But progression, where do you want to move forward with something? What do you want to progress and evolve? Does it involve other people? Is it something just with you? Is it something with your spiritual growth? Whatever it happens to be, okay, the next year is going to be really important for you. We have photosynthesis energy with reciprocity. Are you getting back what you give? When we reciprocate, okay, you scratch someone's back, they scratch yours. You put in time and energy into something, they give you time and energy back. So are you getting back what you put in? And this is the Sun card, and your Sun is in your relationships. Romantic, friendships, family relationships, business partnerships. All right. So look at where you've made a commitment, or look at those partnerships in your life. Is it one-sided, or is it a nice level playing field? Can it be fixed and we can walk through this portal, this doorway together? Or are you leaving it behind? So take a step back and pause and reflect whatever your situation happens to be. Do a gut check, check with your heart, go for a walk outside, all right? And then just sit with the energy of letting something go if that's your decision. And does it feel right? Or does it feel like there's still some potential to turn something around in a positive way? Remember, communication is the key with these things, and on the day of the eclipse is when Mercury goes retrograde in Aries. So Mercury retrograde can certainly be this energy of pausing and reflecting. We already have Venus retrograde from the beginning of the month onwards, okay? And that's all about your heart, love, your creativity, self-love, right? Creating the life that you want, okay? So with this energy, pause and reflect. Connect with the heart, and this is where you're going to know what the right answer is for you. But this could also represent that something's coming back to you. All right, you're being rewarded in some way. All right, for all of your kindness, all of your dedication, your service and helpfulness towards other people. Something could certainly come back around to you, and you deserve it. So we're going to get your fortune out here for you. Here we go. You have not been wise with your money lately. It is important to reward yourself for your hard work, but you must learn that saving your riches now will pay off in the future. A fool and their money will soon part. Remember this the next time you receive a sum of money, and try to arrange it wisely. Now, the funny thing about this is that Virgo, you are a sign that is known for being very practical, but like any sign, you have a shadow side as well. So are you miserly with your money? Do you spend money and then regret it later? Do you do careful money planning? Do you do so much money planning that you don't have any money left, right? Because you squirrel it away in places you can't touch it, even in an emergency. So have a look at your habits and patterns and belief systems around money, okay? Your lucky numbers, 38, 12, 19, 41, 9, and 6. That's what I've got for you, Virgo. Good luck in your lunar eclipse, and I'll see you guys next time.